Hello guys and welcome to all those training to become Super Saiyans. This is Revolution. So on this video what we're going to be discussing is how Goku Black in the future timeline managed to take out Jiren the Grey of Universe 11. So in Dragon Ball Super episode 61 titled Zamasu's Ambition, the Awful Zero Mortal Plan is revealed. Goku Black and Zamasu both explain that they killed all the gods of all the universes. Now, in episode 55 of Dragon Ball Super, and I've got to say guys, if you've not watched episode 55 for a while, go back and watch it, because in terms of the lore of the Dragon Ball Superverse, it's one of the most revealing episodes in the whole of Dragon Ball Super. Anyway, I digress. In episode 55, we learn that Beerus will die basically if the Supreme Kai Shin dies. They come as a set. We've revealed this to Goku in episode 55. Much to Beerus' dismay, and just like I said in episode 61 of Dragon Ball Super, Goku Black reveals he killed all the gods. So he didn't need to kill the gods of destructions, who are overwhelmingly more powerful than the gods of creation. He just killed the god of creation and in effect killed the god of destruction. So Goku Black wiped out not just the Universe 7 gods, Shin and Beerus, but all of the multiverse. That includes Universe 11, where Vermouth resides, and the Pride Troopers. Now, as far as we know, all the Pride Troopers are mortals. We know that Toppo, the leader of the Pride Trooper, is a mortal, but he's in training to become a god. But Jiren, as far as we know, is immortal as well. We don't really know that much about Jiren at the moment. But for now, let's assume he definitely is immortal. But quite recently in Dragon Ball Super, Whis revealed to Goku and the gang that there is a mortal in a universe that's stronger than the gods of destruction. Or at least the gods of destruction cannot beat him, implying is equal or stronger. Now, we don't have complete official confirmation that that is definitely Jiren the Grey as of yet. But most people are coming to the conclusion that it is, especially concerning recent spoilers, where we learn that a Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Goku is no match for him. So that means Jiren far surpasses Super Saiyan Blue Goku, who faced Goku Black Rose in the Future Trunks saga. Now, the last time Goku faced Goku Black in a one-on-one, he got decimated. Now, we never got to see Goku use Kaioken versus Goku Black. The reason for that being maybe because it would have tired his body out too quickly and he wouldn't have been able to fight on if he didn't get the fight finished quickly enough. Even though he did use it against Merge Zamasu later, but that was more in desperation. But since the Future Trunks Zamasu Saga, we have seen Goku has got much stronger than what he was prior to that saga. We've seen his second fight with Hit, where he fought Hit to a draw, even just in his Super Saiyan Blue state. And we've also seen him use Kaioken multiple times since then, even demonstrating multiple uses of it in a short space of time. We saw in the preliminaries to the Tournament of Power used against Bergamo, then he powered it up against Toppo but didn't quite fully use it against Toppo, then a few hours later used it against Ultimate Gohan, and didn't appear to suffer the same ki disease he did against Hit in their first fight in the God of Destruction tournament. But up until now, the maximum that we know Goku's been able to power it up was times 10. That's what we saw him use against Hit. He's never mentioned how much multiplier he has used since then, but at the same time, for all we know, 10 was his maximum. Against Toppo, he threatened to break his limits. Now, I think his limits were basically breaking past that 10 times multiplier with the Kaioken and going up to 20. We saw him use a 20 times Kaioken against Frieza in the Namek Saga, but this time he'll be using it stacking on top of his Super Saiyan Blue form. But as the spoilers have let us know, it is going to be no match for Jiren. So how exactly did Goku Black take out the likes of Jiren? Well, in episode 61, once again, Goku Black says we have already wiped out countless mortals. Now, in that phrase, nowhere does it say all mortals. So there is still the potential chance that some still survive. Or outside of Earth, of course, because obviously we know there's still quite a few beings left on Earth. So what he means by countless mortals is basically he has killed an uncountable number of mortals. Self-explanatory, really. So what I believe is that Goku Black or Zamasu had not quite heard of Jiren quite yet, After all, they didn't know who Goku was until he turned up on Universe 10 Supreme Kai's world with Beerus and Whis, so it's totally possible that Goku Black just hadn't encountered Jiren yet, and for Goku Black's sake, that was a good thing. Now, we know that the Pride Troopers are always in a collective. We saw in the build-up to the Tournament of Power, Toppo was having to gather all the Pride Troopers, and it took him quite a bit of time. So to isolate the Pride Troopers wouldn't have been too difficult. However, Toppo, apart from Jiren, would have provided the biggest obstacle to Goku Black. Now, Goku Black at that time probably wouldn't have been able to take out Toppo on his own, but with future Zamasu there, who is immortal, well, together that obstacle becomes a little bit smaller. Now, whilst it's still possible that one of those mortals still left alive could have been Toppo as well, I believe that Goku Black and Zamasu would more likely have encountered Toppo due to his close relationship to the Supreme Kai of Universe 11 and the God of Destruction of Universe 11. But whilst I believe that they hadn't encountered would be the most likely scenario, there are potential ways that Goku Black could have killed Jiren, and that's what I'm going to get into now. So before the Tournament of Power, every time we saw Jiren, Jiren was off meditating somewhere. Now, upon killing Gowasu, Goku Black inherited the Time Ring, which allowed him to travel to Universe 11, obviously, otherwise this video would never be made, but that means he could potentially appear in any location he wanted to. After all, he is in Universe 7 when fighting Goku, so why couldn't he go to Universe 11? So if he can do that, then he could literally just appear behind Jiren and slit his neck before Jiren has time to react. Now, that is a likely scenario, but from what we've seen of Jiren already, he is extremely alert, especially of key objects around him, and obviously Goku Black would have to use his Keyblade. So I think there's a good chance that Jiren will be able to respond in time, but it's still plausible that he could have died that way. Another way is basically Goku Black had constant access due to that time ring of the Super Dragon Balls. Now, we do know that they eventually destroyed the Super Dragon Balls, but what if they used the Super Dragon Balls to erase any beings that were too powerful for them to take on during that timeline? We do know now that the Super Dragon Balls have the power to erase gods themselves. So for me, I believe this is an entirely plausible way for how they took Jiren the Grey out. Now, why would Goku Black mention Jiren to Goku? Simply, Goku doesn't even know who Jiren is at this point of time, so there is no reason for Jiren to come up in conversation. However, there is one main argument with this, is Zamasu wanted the strongest mortal body to fight with, so if he then learned that Jiren was stronger than the body that he originally thought was the strongest, which was Goku's, why did he not eventually wish for Jiren's body instead? But a counter to that could be he has more of a personal issue with Goku. He did lose to Goku in a fight on Gowasu's planet, as well as the fact that he blames Trunks and his time travelling for all the events that have occurred. Another way, which basically relies on a certain aspect of Jiren's being, which we haven't really learnt yet because we haven't learnt a lot about Jiren, is whether or not he can breathe in space. If Goku Black destroyed a planet and Jiren was left in the aftermath of that planet in the vacuum of space, just how Vegeta would have been left in the vacuum of space when Frieza destroyed Earth in the ROF saga. If Jiren couldn't breathe in space, then obviously just like Vegeta, Jiren would die as well. It doesn't matter how powerful you are, if your physical body cannot survive in the vacuum of space, say like Frieza can, then you are going to die. Doesn't matter what your power level is. Another potential option is that Goku Black and future Zamasu just took on Jiren and basically outlasted him. After all, future Zamasu is immortal, and it was said that Zamasu and Goku Black had perfect teamwork due to the fact that they were in fact the same being. So if future Zamasu was taking all the hits, even by someone as powerful as Jiren, it wouldn't have had any effect on Zamasu, but Jiren would have been draining stamina. And yet every blow that Jiren landed on Goku Black, if he didn't kill him in one shot, Goku Black would just get stronger. So even though I feel that's an unlikely option, it would have to be a very long drawn out battle, but it is still potentially possible. So this is what I want to know, guys. What are your thoughts on this? How do you think Goku Black took out Jiren? Or do you agree with me that they just hadn't encountered quite yet? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. If you like my videos, guys, make sure you smash that like button with a big bang attack. And remember one very important final message. If you stay calm in any vexing situation, you will never, ever become a Super Saiyan. Make sure you click that subscribe button to make sure you get all my latest content straight to your account as soon as it's released. And here are some more videos from my library, which I'm sure you will all enjoy.